So last class we already created one sample module. So now we are going learn more about the modules as there are different identification methods. So whatever the concept that I'm telling you today is also important from interview point of view as well. From the practical uses point of view. I mean, see, um, I'll write down here. What is that point?
Just one thing. It's there is one module, and based inside we can prepare one more sub module, right? So what is that called?
See, this is a module folder. Okay, and this is a main module, and under this is a objects, or you can say controls. Okay, so you are going to scan the application, whatever you have. Okay, whatever you have, you want to identify the controls. So, for example, in my requirement, I want to test this login or register or shopping cart, whatever. So I just identify the controls which I want. So this is a controls and this is a module. Under this is a folder. Okay. This is not submodule. Okay. We don't say like a submodule. We can't create submodules. We can say just a sub. This is a module folder and this is a module, main module, and this is a elements or objects controls. So we can create a number of modules under the folder. So let's see, I'll show you. So where we have actually, yeah. Identification methods available to scan the application. So this is the topic. What are the different identification methods? So they might ask you an interview. So what are the different identification methods available in the modules? And how do you scan with the different identification methods? So they can ask you any question based upon this. And I'm trying to write down over here. We have four types of identification methods. One is identify by properties, identify by anchor, mm, identify by index, identify by image. So these are four different identification methods which are available when you are planning to or when you are trying to create a module or when you are scanning the application. So we have seen how do we create a module. By scanning the application, we are creating a module. So we are using the XScan in order to create a module. So what are these identified by different identification methods and when these identification methods will be useful? We will say all in today's session and next class. So let us discuss one after the other. First one is identify by properties. So 85 to 90% of the controls identification will be done by properties itself. So important point is we need to remember whatever the order, please don't change the order that I have written. You should say like what are the different identification methods available in Tosca means you should say like identify by properties, identify by anchor, identify by index, and next image. If you change the order, they will easily know you don't know nothing about Tosca. So they will find out that you are not work and I mean hands-on experience about Tosca. Okay. So you should say in order. So please don't change the order. Even if someone asks you, you need to say this all that itself. Okay. And if someone asks you, what is the best practice? and what is the hierarchy of the identification method. So always identification by properties comes first because it is of the top priority by default. By default, Tosca uses properties identification method while scanning the application. Then how do we need to scan again? How do we need to identify the properties? And what are the different properties? What are the best practices? Let us see one after the other. So I'm just open demo Microsoft now. So here I created one sample module right here. And again, I will try to recreate the same module, but I will tell you with the properties. Okay. So just I'm going to create a module, scan, application. So it is starting Xscan and this is the Xscan window. So just select the application and click on scan. I will just try to identify few controls. Okay. Select on screen. Once I click the select on screen, what happen is I can go onto my screen in the application and I can select any control and whatever I want. So I'm just again register, login, shopping cart, wish list, search, text. There is a missing one. So you should select up very proper. See, this is a register. If you go next, what is the li? Div, login, again, li, div. So you should not select lidi. So you should properly select it and save it and close it. Okay. So just before I had tried to create the same module with the same controls, and now I try to recreate one more module with the same controls. Now, as I told you, once you finish this scanning, I mean identification of controls in the application, then you need to click on this disable on this option, select on screen option. Okay. Now you will be coming back to the normal position. Now I'm trying to expand it to my left side, left hand side. Okay. Just see the properties, what are there. So identify by, what is this? Identify by properties. I told you by default, you can see it. You know how to create a module, but in addition to this, there are some properties, right? You can see here, identify by properties. You have not selected any identification method. So this is the identification method. So we have not selected add. So that that is what I'm saying 85 to 90% of the identification of controls will be done itself. So you can ask me, what are the different properties we have? We have steering properties, representation properties, technical properties. Sometimes you can also get the transition parameter. So just see where is that. See, there is a transition parameters. When I click on register, there is a transition parameters. When I click on login, again you can see representation, technical, transition. Shopping cart also you can see, but when you click on demo web shop, steering parameters, representation, technical properties. So we can see a different properties of every each and every control. So these are the three different kinds of properties which are available for each and every control. So now what are these properties and why I need to use this? See, you have not done anything. Means you just identified this register control on the screen, but automatically this Tosca use properties and it can, you can see here, it has checked here few options. You can see here, inner text, tag, okay. So means the way the HTML developers have developed this application, means before going to that point, Now I will tell you one more point. Please don't use this representation one. This representation properties and this transition properties don't use. The main reason is this representation means it will only be useful for representation on the visualization at which coordinates it is present. I mean, what is the default name and what is the x coordinate and y coordinate in the application. So they may change at any point of time in the application. So these properties will not be stable for a longer period of time. So you don't need to use these properties, and again, you don't need to use transition properties. What do you mean by transition? So basically means which is in movement, which is in changing. So you should not identify any control with any property which is going to change in the future. You should not use this representation and transition properties. And what properties should I use? If you see the definition of module, what I have said, what modules is a group or collection of attributes, right? So what is the technical means? You need to identify all the controls with the technical properties. So what are the technical properties available here? Here will be displayed each and every control. So in this, when you are trying to see what are the different technical properties. So just see class name, okay, href. So href means link. H reference, it's completely different, is called as link ID, and inner HTML, inner text, outer HTML, outer text, tag, title, visible inner text. These are the different properties available for this register. And again, if you click on this login, you can, I mean, you can see the different technical properties. See, here the when you see class name changed, href changed, inner HTML changed. So everything is changed, right? And when you click on shopping cart, again it's changed. So whenever I have identified any control automatically, you can see technical properties. But where you have got these technical properties, when you open the application, okay, so just right click on application. This is a code, right? We can get this from here. So we can get properties from here. And another one, there is a view page source. So here, this is HTML code that already developed for the application. Okay, we can get the all properties from here only. So you, if you check this code, you can get name, href, title name, ID, class, so many things we can see here. So title also there, href, where is that? See div, see href. So from here means code, you have got these properties. So I just do this one. These are the properties that Tosca has scanned and it is trying to present in front of you in the Xscan application. So these are the terminologies that the HTML developers have used this, but there is no need to confuse and learn about these things something new. So what are the different kinds of properties we have? We have a class name, ID, inner text, outer text, title, name, inner HTML, outer HTML, href. So these are the kind of classification of properties that are available when you are trying to identify a control. See, whenever you are creating a module and identifying a control, you need to see what does this control contains for, I mean, what technical info this consists. See, when you click on register, inner text tag, it's automatically check. When I click on login, again inner text tag already check in. It has been used by Tosca by default. So what if I remove this? Just I select the checkbox. What happened? By default, Tosca selected these properties, right? If I don't like those, what if I uncheck this? This register control has turned out into an orange color. You can see at the bottom left side corner here, but left side corner of my screen, a message is being displayed saying that the selected item is not unique. I mean, one item is not unique. So, for example, my name is Afroz, right? Even for human being, we have many technical properties like I have my name, age, gender, classification, date of birth, Aadhaar card, PAN card, address. Mean, I mean, someone can identify me with any of these properties, right? Specifically, I'm calling. If I give my address, then you can directly reach out to my to the based upon the property, right? So, what is the property you have used here? So, address, okay. It means you are trying to find out my address, which I have given. But if I say only my name called Afros, then ask you to come my home, then you will be able to come my home. You will be asking the first comment, where is the location? What is the address? Without that, you can't even come to my home. So the same kind of situation is also happening in the Tosca controls. So this is all one of the control and it has all these are different properties which you are seeing. You need to have any property. I mean, you need to select any property for its identification. Without selecting it, what will happen? Tosca is saying that I'm unable to find that control in the application. That is not unique, right? It means we have not registered or did not selected any property controls, proper controls or properties. So that is what I'm unable to identify. So where is the register control in the application? Here, right? And that thing I'm unable to identify here. And it is not unique. I'm getting confused. That is what Tosca is saying. So to make sure that the control is unique, if you see another controls, you need to make sure that each and every control that you are trying to create is unique. You can ask me. By default, Tosca I use earlier inner text and tag. So is it mandatory that I should use only that? No, it is not mandatory. You can select class name. What happened? The selected item is unique, right? If I select inner text, just uncheck this one, inner text, only inner text, the selected item is unique. If I, at a time, if I select class name, tag, see, that's why I told you I am a person who is having different identification methods. Someone can approach me either by Aadhaar card or passport or driving license or some other address which help you. Means I have a different kind of properties. So someone can approach me either with any of the property, right? And someone call me on WhatsApp, someone call me on Skype, normal call. So it is up to their convenience and what they have. So they will be trying to reach out to me. In a similar way, even as a register control, there are different kinds of properties, and you can use any of the property in order to identify, but you can use anything. But you need to show that the item is beginning. Now, I have used a class name for now as a property by register control has become unique, right? So if I click on this only class name, what happened? It is unique. So if I uncheck this one, if I select only tag, we'll see what happen. No. If I select only tag, the selected item is not unique. If I select class name, what happen? It is unique. So here the register control has become unique. My job is done, right? And okay, so my job is done. I want to use ID. Is there any ID here? Here there is ID, but here this is empty. Sometimes there is a property called ID, but there is no value. Even if I use it, it won't become unique. Just check it. Let's see. See, there is there is no value, right? So it won't become unique. So because there is, we can't identify uniquely. And you can use inner text, outer text, tag, class name. When you use this, it has become unique. Okay. I just selected, see, at a time I'll choose class name, inner text, outer text. It has become unique. Tag. So it is not mandatory that only one should be used or two should be used. I can select multiple properties also. So I have selected inner text, outer text, class name, tag. So I can select any of the properties which are available, but at last my intention is to make this as a unique. If it is becoming unique and I don't have any problem, by default Tosca uses properties identification method. Without your intervention also, Tosca by default uses some properties to identify the explore. But you can also go back and check. You can also change them, modify them, like how we have done now. You can do whatever you want when you are trying to create a module. So identification by properties is the top most highest priority in the identification method. It always comes first. 85 to 90% of your identification becomes easy with these properties. And I'll explain why here tag A. See, when I click on link, it will show tag A. When I click on text box, tag input. When I click on search, tag input. So I'll explain later. So what is that? Register is a link, right? So tag A means it is a just link. Okay. And here it is the input, we are giving input. And here also we are giving input. So that's why it's showing tag means input. So when we save it and close it, we will see very clear in that properties in Tosca tool. So what is best to practice? You can choose class name, ID, inner text, outer text, title, name. But inner text, outer text, least preferred. Why I said why inner text is least preferred? Best practice is, or if anybody asks what is the best practice to select the properties and to identify the controls uniquely, then you should say class name, ID, title, name, and last you can say inner text, outer text. But why I said inner text is least preferred and outer text is least preferred? The demo web shop is an application, right? Outer text means which you are able to see in front of register is called as outer text. If it is probability of changing out a text is very less chances, so it will be stable, right? But for assumption, let us consider that the developers are working something in the backend and they have changed the inner text of register. Outer text is okay, outer text is register, you will able to see register in front of you. But if they change the inner text inside the application, I mean in backend application, what you can do? You can do anything. That's why inner text and outer text is least preferred. We need to never use inner text at the starting. because inner text is from to change means there might be a chance in the backend something change for any particular control. When such things are happen, obviously my control will not be identified uniquely. Correct? For example, I'm staying in a rented house and I change all my address groups, I mean, to my rental house. So how many years will I be staying in my rent house? Probably a year or 2 years or 3 years, right? Or till the time the owner asks me to vacate, I will be staying here. So once he has what I need to do, I need to shift my place to some other place, right? And at that point of time, what you need to do? You can't do anything. No one can identify my address because I used to eliminate the rented house, and they have changed so many interest groups at rented. Now no one can identify. That is what, even in that kind of situation, you need to identify. What is the best thing to approach me? You can approach me when your PAN card, because PAN card does not have any address, or you can address by your phone number. So like this also, even for your properties like class name, ID, you need to decide which has the highest priority, which has got the lowest priority. Based upon these are kind of circumstances, we will try to identify the controls and create a module with this kind of properties. So what I'm trying to do, we have discussed all these different kinds of properties available, and we have made sure that each and every control is unique. Everything should be unique. So nothing should be in orange color. Okay. So I'm just save it and close it. Now, if you open the tool, see, new module has been created. If you check that, how can you say this is a same controls and this is also same controls? But here, see, you can check this register and see this register. This register, there is only tag, and here I select whatever I have selected in the Xcan window properties. I mean, identify by properties. Um, those are the things has been shown here. So class name, inner text, outer text, tag, everything is displayed here. So login only inner text tag, shopping cart, because we have not selected it, and here inner text tag. So this is the previous one and this is the present one. So now I'm going to title of the module demo web shop, right? See now. So right now you have two modules, so that you will not be confused. But in a real time, when you create a module and give the modules with the same name, how do you differentiate? It becomes difficult, right? And you can't be able to identify what you have scanned. And when you have scanned, what module contents you won't be able to identify, right? So the best option is the best and good practice is whenever you create a module, immediately change the name of the module. So what is the name of the module that you want to change? So here, just click on right click, and here there is the option rename. Okay, just click on that. I just give a pipeline, identify by properties. Just change it. What will happen if I change? I will be easily identified. What is the module? And okay, I have scan module. This contains this controls, right? Okay. But important point is whenever you create a module, automatically Tosca will create you an image of the module. You can see there is an image, right? You can't see for particular control, but you can see this module. When you click on this module, you can see the image. So if you click on if you do a double click on this image, you can see it. So why it has taken an image is, in future, after 3 or 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, when you are coming back to the module to check where you have created the module, and you can check and see it has taken a screenshot of the page. See, this is the screenshot of this. So where exactly you have identified these controls? Tosca will try to display all these things with the help of a screenshot so that you will not be confused in future. And you can ask me, we have created a module and that too with properties, but where are the properties listed here? See, this is a module and these are the properties. Okay, these are the properties. When you click on right side arrow mark, okay, you will be able to get the properties. So here, title, demo web shop, see, demo web shop, identify by properties which I have changed just before. Okay. And if you selected on register, see the properties, class name, inner text, outer text, tag. In order to identify this register, okay, we have selected this. Okay. And mm, if I click on login, you can see these properties. And if I click on shopping cart, you can see these properties. And here see register tag A. Okay. And business, not business, business type. This is a link. It already showed this is a link. And login also, this is a link and tag A. But when I click on text box, what it is? Business type text box. And this is tag input. When I click on button, what is that? What is this type? Business type is button and tag is input. This is one important interview question. When you click on link, what is the tag and what is the business type? You should say tag is A and business type is link. When you click on text box, business type is text box, tag input. You are giving to input, not A. Okay. So search also. Button, this is a button, and you are giving a input. So it means whatever the properties that you have selected while creating a module in Xcan window, those properties will be captured and it will be stored in the module when you have created that. But what are the other things? So see, for each and every control, you will have a node path. Here, a node path, you can see it, right? It means the exact part where it is present. It is present in a module. Under this module, there is a folder called demo web shop module. Under that, you have demo web shop, right? For example, assume you have just started working in a company, and so someone in your team has asked you, you can please check that module, and they told you the name of the module. Now you have 200, 300 modules in your project. Now you have two modules, you can just go and check easily. But if you have 200, 300, 500 modules already created, in that created, how difficult it becomes for everyone to go and search for every and each and every module. It is very difficult, right? So when someone asks you, please check this, please ask them in node path, they will give the node path. Just copy the node path. Here you should click on this one. Just copy this node path. Okay. So what they have given, and there is an option called object. Okay. You can just paste whatever they have given and just click on it. Now you can see the result. So I'm here. So just already I copied, right? I'm here right now. I'm going to click on object. I just paste it here. See what it is. This register control. I'm here right now. I'm giving and click on object. I just paste it. Again it back to normal. So this means whatever the node path they have given, when I click, I mean, when I selected and when I copy that and when I paste this option, on this option, then what happened? It will take to me what is the exact control that you have get node path. Okay. See, you can go directly to that module which have pasted. So it becomes easy for searching also. So one more point is you can also node path or unique ID. Here unique ID, see, I'm just copy and paste it. I'm just copy. I'm here right now. Go to that object and paste it. Just open. See, it means which is, I mean, the object which is used to identify and go to respective location. And in the real time, they can also give some access. Where is that warning? See here, warning group name and viewing group name. Means if they want to give you only the read access, means you will not be able to edit or create new thing. You will be having only the access to view. If they feel that this is very critical thing, then they will give you only view access. And who they will give the warning group means they will having all the read access, edit access, and these things everything will be given. And can you see interface types means interface type GUI. GUI means on which interface you have scanned the application. It is graphical user interface means the user is able to look and feel the application. I mean, you are able to see clearly. So this kind of interface is called an graphical user interface. And what is the business type? Where is that? Mm. Business type is HTML. Document means application. So I told you there is no need to build any framework. Tosca has got inbuilt automation framework. And they have used engine as HTML. It will try to show you each and every property. What does it contain? This is so basically you need to identify for each and every module what you have created. It contains some technical properties for each and every property and what you have identified and created a module, and you have everything node path, unique ID, and all these things. Okay. So this is the things that is identified by properties. This is the one topic, and tomorrow we'll see identify by anchor, and this is it will take another 1 hour. Okay. So whatever I have said first, please noted that point. Okay. So because warning group name, viewing group name, and business type, tag, unique ID, node path, um, and some of the small points, if you refer the session video, please note interview points because that small questions also ask you because they want to check what do you know about Tosca. Very, I mean, they'll ask you only small questions and minor questions. Okay, not major one. So they will check how I mean how much you know about this tool. Okay, and please note that don't miss any points in anywhere. I just save it after before closing the project. Please save it and close this. Just go to project and close this. Don't go directly with this option. Otherwise, it will hang or it will close very slowly. Or otherwise, mm, I mean, sometimes you need to shut down or restart your laptop. Okay. Any doubts, guys?
No.
No.
Yeah. Nagaraju? Nagaraju, are you there?
Yes, yes, yeah. Okay.
So this is your first class for Tosca, right? And
Yes, yes, I
yesterday, please, I mean, I'll upload the session video. Please refer that session video, okay?
okay.
Did you enroll this Tosca Nagaraju? Because I'm not seeing in daily sessions, so that's why I'm asking you.
No, no, still I didn't enroll. Today I will do it.
Okay. So please, yesterday's session also is very important because yesterday in yesterday's session, the installation have done.
Okay.
Rajesh and Kiran also have installed this tool, and they are going to practice.
Okay.
Please, Nagaraju, please update me. Personally, please update me when you enroll.
Okay.
I'll send you the links. Okay, I'll send you the links, and I will help you to install this application. I mean, Tosca tool. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Once
Yeah,
like
please.
after done
Yeah,
with the
please
class,
update me
I will
so
enroll
that
you
you
and I
can
will
install
contact
in
you.
your person. Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Nagaraju.
Yeah.
And thank you, Kiran and Rajesh. So,
Yes, thank you.
thank you. We will meet tomorrow and we'll see the
Sure.
next concepts of identify by anchor image index. Okay. And we'll see the more, I mean, we will know about the more properties in detail. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Yes,
Have a good day.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.